What up, everybody? This is Big Elbow, chilling like always with the two little dudes with attitudes. Averno, Atlantes. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. I'm Big Elbow. Comic hauls is mostly what I do. My collecting style is basically, I'm all about the good art and the good stories. However, regardless of format, however I can get them at a good price, be it a reprint, collected edition, low grade, whatever. I just really want to look at good art and read good stories. If I can get both out of the same comic, that's even better. So with that said, let me give you guys something to look at. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a little speculation, but that and keys isn't really my focus. So let me give you something to look at while I tell you guys what today we're looking at. So I have been wanting to go to this Berkeley comic show. I've seen a couple other people do videos, Rob Fat Stack Comics and a couple others. Anyways, I've been wanting to go for a couple years. Schedule-wise, just never lined up. I haven't been able to go. This year, I got lucky. Stars aligned, and I was able to make it. Had a great time. Today we're going to look at all the 50-cent books I got. And so, also, speaking of the stars aligning, while I was in... So, I work in hospitality. I was able to get a good rate on a room in Emeryville, which was like, I don't know, just a couple miles away from Berkeley. It was like a 8-minute drive. About a 20-minute drive to San Francisco. So the day after I went to the Berkeley Comic Show on Sunday, the next day, I had checked out the schedule for the Cartoon Art Museum in San Francisco, which I had been to before many years ago, like around 2014, I think. And I looked at the exhibitions they were having. They were doing an exhibition on Dave Stevens and also on Filipino comic artists. It was fucking awesome. The only thing I brought back from it, though, was this. They had some posters that I was looking at. They were $40. They were nice posters. And I was like, I got to think. There was a couple to choose from. I wasn't sure which one I wanted, and I was like, I'll think about it as I keep looking. And then I fucking forgot and I left. But these were free. These design your own Rocketeer jetpacks. They were just sitting out there on a table with pencils and crayons and shit for the kids. Anyways, I was like, that's a cool souvenir, so I'll take one of those. Yeah, so man, that was awesome. I got to see so much Dave Stevens original art, mostly the exhibition was actually a Rocketeer exhibition. The Rocketeer, the life and art of Dave Stevens, which was cool because, to be honest, I'm more of a Rocketeer fan than even a Dave Stevens fan, even though I think Dave Stevens' art is awesome. It made me almost feel guilty because I know there's collectors out there that buy like any Dave Stevens cover or if he did any kind of work on a book, they'll buy it just for that. I'm not quite that much of a fan. Aside from the Rocketeer, I think I have like maybe 2 Dave Stevens books. But anyways, yeah, I felt almost guilty because I was like, fuck, man, I know they'd probably appreciate it even more than I did. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I did really appreciate it. It was awesome. If you're ever in San Francisco, I recommend checking out what the exhibitions are and check out the Comic Book Art Museum, the Cartoon Art Museum, excuse me. Check them out. It's a really cool place. It's like $10 to get in. Right by Fisherman's Wharf. There's plenty of other stuff to do around there. Me and my wife went. We had a good time in the city. Also, the Filipino thing was fucking bad too. Lots of Alex Nino art I'm a big fan of. All right. So with that said, back to the Berkeley Comic Show. These are all 50 centers I got these ones from one venue. This is Frankenstein Agent of Shade #2. I thought these looked cool, but because of the monster commandos or whatever, creature commandos or whatever it is coming out, I know these books went up in price, so when I seen this one for 50 cents, I grabbed it. Since it was unbagged, I opened it up real quick and I seen this. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm sold. So I bought that. Hopefully I can find more of these, but I doubt it now with that Creature Commandos thing getting hot. But I am a fan of Alberto Ponticelli's art, or Ponticelli, however you might pronounce that. These I got, again, these are 50 cents. I wanted to round out my purchase and make it even $3. So John Romita Jr. I'm a big fan of, especially when Klaus is inking. So there was a 39 and 40, so it was nice to get these consecutive issues. I have a couple other issues of this Superman run by Klaus. I'm not going after it hard, but like I said, if I see it for 50 cents, I fucking grab it. Then I got this Amazing Spider-Man. I'm going to have to take these stickers off. And again, they were 50 cents, not $1. I kind of take the West Coast Dave, the Avengers take on McFarlane when it comes to Eric Larson, Spidey. I see Eric, I buy Eric if it's cheap. This is Bullwhip by Benjamin Mara and Josh Bayer. I already have this in a collected edition, but again, it was 50 cents, so I grabbed it. It's from Fantagraphic Books. This stuff's really interesting, like pretty cleverly written, and just like old school take on comics. I recommend them if you see them. They're worth a couple bucks. I don't mean that like in a speculation way. I mean like it's worth your money. And then I just got this one. I just thought it looked kind of cool. I might not have got it if I knew it was a number 3. I didn't know what the fuck it was, but I was like, it had a $6 cover price and it was only 50 cents. And I cracked it open. I thought the art looked kind of interesting at least. The guy looked like the leader. But yeah, the art in here is pretty cool. So yeah, those are the 50-cent books I bought from that vendor. I wish I could name names, but I'm terrible at that. I always forget to ask. When I first got in there, I started looking around. I was like, oh, maybe this place ain't for me. It cost $10 to get in, and I didn't see any dollar bins or anything at first, but they were all on the floor, all the dollar bins and 50-cent bins. And luckily, I brought my knee pads because I got in there and fucking dug. This is Happy the Clown by David Mack. I never heard of that shit. So I grabbed it. I figured it's early David Mack. So all the rest of these are from one vendor. He had a shitload of 50-cent books. And this is Youngblood, Team Youngblood. The reason I got this is because of that guy right there, Dutch. I always thought he looked cool. Ed Piskor, R.I.P., he would talk about Dutch a lot, and I guess this is his first appearance, so I grabbed it. And I actually kind of like the Chap Yape art in there. So this is from Caliber Press. That's Happy the Clown, Extreme Prejudice. And yeah, I guess it must be early David Mack. That looks kind of like those Obey logo thing. But yeah, it doesn't look like what you typically think of when you think of David Mack art. That looks pretty fucking dope though. So yeah, again, at 50 cents. And I back to this book. I remember this image in the previews magazine, in the previews back in the day, seeing this in black and white though, and I still think that looks awesome. Like I remember thinking, man, Sentinel did not used to look that cool. They like redid his armor, redesigned his armor and stuff. So yeah, had a little nostalgia for this book here. I actually have a Dutch poster in my room. It's not hanging in a spot all that prominently, but Yates, if I'm pronouncing his name right even, but his art reminds me of kind of like a mix of Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld. Better than both in some ways, and not as good as either in others. Like, I don't get me wrong, I love Jim Lee and his anatomy and everything's so clean, but sometimes it's a little bit boring. And I think his has more energy than Jim Lee's does a lot of times, but it's just not drawn as well. And then Liefeld just, I don't know, there's something that Liefeld does just a little bit better than him. So that's the only indie stuff I got from those 50 centers, and this is I'm just working on this run. This is run filler. I'm working on this run of Challengers of the Unknown, mostly for the John Paul Leon art, but John Paul didn't do this issue. Ryan Sook did, I believe. But I believe that's John Paul Leon cover. But this Ryan Sook art doesn't look bad anyways. So that's just run filler, and I actually found a bunch more of these recently, but that's for another haul. This is again another run filler. This Vigilante series by Ben Oliver, and Bruce Jones is a writer. Ben Oliver is artist. I'm a big fan of Ben Oliver. He does a lot of cover work for DC nowadays. But I was a fan of his stuff when he was with that ComX Comics. That I think it was like a UK. There's 4. Here's number 5. That's a pretty wild cover. I'm not sure that if it is Oliver on the covers. Could be, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's just another take on Vigilante, and over the years there's been a few different takes on him. But anyway, so that's number 6 of 6. So I completed this run, which is always a great feeling when you can complete a series that you've been going after. I've been going after it for a couple years, just in the cheap bins. Because that's what I do. Like that Vato Loco and Colors set once said, I got more time than money. This looks fairly violent, which I always enjoy. Okay, and again, this is like all. I'm just fucking killing some runs here. Number 19 of Nightwing. The Chuck Dixon, Scott McDaniel run, I'm a big fan of. So whenever I see those, especially when I see them cheap, I grab them. There's number 20. Got a couple issues in a row. 23. And 36. So I'll give you a quick look if you're not sure, if you're unfamiliar with Scott McDaniel's work. Which, if you know him from his Marvel work on Daredevil, this stuff looks a lot different. And I would love to see him get back on Daredevil, drawing more like this. Even though I did like his old style too, but I liked what he's turned into over the years. It's a lot of fun to look at. And again, these Dixon McDaniel books are just a lot of fun to read. They're good fucking old-fashioned comic book fun. I had never heard of this. It's book 1, but I know this Chris Moeller. I bought some books called Rocket Man, King of the Rocket Man, that he did, and it looked pretty cool, and this looks pretty cool too. So again, sometimes when these books are unbagged and unboarded, you can just, it's easy to just take a look inside and make a decision. But yeah, I thought this stuff looked cool. I still haven't read that Rocket Man book yet, but it's only a 2-issue series, so maybe I can find that other one. This, I'm pretty sure I already got it, but it's Darwin Cook, New Frontier, for 50 cents. I'm not just going to leave it there. I'll pick it up and give it to someone else. As I was saying, I'm not a big speculation guy or a key chaser, but I do enjoy watching the speculation videos, and when the people who make the content that focuses on that stuff, I do enjoy watching those. I like soaking up the knowledge. It's nice to know what's what. I just remember people showing this book and saying it's something, so I grabbed it for 50 cents. I still haven't looked it up, but I don't know. I think it goes for like $5 or something. I don't know why. The cover's kind of cool, so hopefully at some point I can trade it in and get something for it. Okay, this is the Marvel stuff again. This is all from the same vendor for 50 cents. I'm not a big war comic guy, but fucking Jack Kirby for 50 cents, I'm gonna take it. So I was looking at this series as Blazing Battle Action, and so the series starts as just Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, and this is actually somewhere along the line it becomes Blazing Battle Action, and this is actually the last issue of the series, and it turns out it's a reprint of the first issue, same cover and everything. Oh yeah, it says right here, last issue special, the very first appearance of Sergeant Fury by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. So yeah, it's a reprint of the first issue. That's how they closed out the series. It's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, it worked out for me. Here's some Mike Zeck cap. It's pretty fucked up, but got Mike Zeck art on the inside. This is worth 50 cents to me, even if it's fucked up like that. Some more cap. That's just run filler. Number 451. This is the Ron Garney, Mark Waid stuff. Here's Iron Man. Just a great issue. This bag is fucked up, but the book inside doesn't look too bad. Yeah, just a fucking dope ass Barry Windsor Smith Iron Man one shot that I wasn't gonna leave for 50 cents. I'll probably give that to somebody. This is just run filler. I love this John Romita Jr. Spidey stuff for 50 cents. I'm gonna take it. I got this one for my son. He's pretty big into McFarlane, and I remember my brother had this issue, and it has Hobgoblin and also Ghost Rider, and that's a good issue. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab that for him. I thought this writing was on the bag, but it's on the book. I don't know what the fuck it says. It says Brian something. So I don't know if somebody wrote their fucking name on it or if it's a SIG. But if it's a SIG, it's not a good one. Like, I know it ain't a McFarlane SIG. So, anyways, yeah, for 50 cents, the interior is worth it. I really like that. It's like a 2-issue or 3-issue story with Ghost Rider and Hobgoblin. I already have this, but this one's in way better shape than the one that I have for 50 cents. Fucking dope Mike Zeck cover and back cover. Is it a wraparound? No, it's not a wraparound. But yeah, this also has a pretty cool silent issue. Not the silent issue, but a silent issue that's pretty bad in there, where Scarlet and Storm Shadow have to rescue Snake Eyes. I'm not really a big Transformers fan, especially the comics. But I thought this looked cool. Some people had shown this before, and I was like, that art actually looks cool. But it's just like, man, from panel to panel, some panels look fucking dope. Other panels, I'm not feeling them at all. I did find it weird that it has a back board in the middle of the book, and it says this. Treat Pedigree Collection. I don't know what the fuck that is, or even what that means. But yeah, the board was placed in the middle of the book. Anyways, like I said, I think some of these, the art on some of this looks cool from panel to panel. How much I like it changes. I do want to check out the new Transformer series, the current one, because I hear a lot of good things, and I'm a fan of Daniel Warren Johnson, and I want to check it out. I also want to check out that Duke series, but I fucked up and didn't pre-order that. This is Wolverine. I just been grabbing these recently because I see that I like this art team of it's John Byrne with Klaus Janson art. This one has a pretty good Wolverine and Tiger Shark fight in it. So I thought that was pretty fucking cool for 50 cents. It does have the cover's kind of torn a little bit though. But yeah, I don't like Wolverine's chances fighting Tiger Shark underwater. So he has a little tear on the corner there. I'll probably tape it up. Yes, I tape my comics, but you know, ones I'm gonna keep. This is Ren Filler again, Classic X-Men number 6. It looks like a black mark right through there. I'm just putting together a run of Classic X-Men. It's getting pretty deep. I need to start reading them actually. Here's number 21. I think these are both Arthur Adams covers. Also with the mark across, and then they have a lot of them have those nice John Bolton backup stories. And here's number 45. That one has a little tear right there. This is what's his name? Tom Lytle cover? Something Lytle. And then here's one of the later issues that this one isn't so cheap most of the time. These later issues of Classic X-Men, I think the print run went low or something, but they're not as cheap and harder to find. This is a Jay Lee cover. Looks like the Marauders against Wolverine, so that should be a fun issue. And then got an issue of Zod, number 26. That's just a run I'm trying to piece together. Let's say Brandon McCarthy. I think it's black and white by the end of the series, like these issues right here. And then this is the one thing I paid more than 50 cents for. I paid $3 for that. My nephew had said expressed some interest in it, so I gave him issue 1 for Christmas last year, but I'll give him that so he has because I don't think I was able to find issue 1 actually in a bargain bin. I don't think I'm gonna find the other one, so for $3 I was like, yeah, at least he can read the whole story. Might read it first before I give it to him. Oh shit, I should put a spoiler alert. Sorry about that, Young Yuck, if you're watching this. I guess I won't save it for your birthday or anything. Maybe I'll just give it to you. And yeah, that was it, man, for the 50 centers. And I bought this book from that same vendor where I got all those 50 centers from. Again, Berkeley Comic Show. For me personally, it would not be worth it to drive all the way over there because that's like more than a 3-hour drive for me if I was just going to go to that show. But I like going to Berkeley anyways. It's a fun town to visit. A lot of good restaurants. the downtown area, like the shops and stuff, or not downtown, but like where the schools are at and stuff. There's other things to do, and then again, it's like a 20-minute drive to San Francisco, and you can go fuck around out there. So as an overall trip, man, I had a blast. Me and my wife. She just went and chilled out at the hotel while I went to the comic book show, and then afterwards, then we just hung out, and then the next day we went to the Cartoon Art Museum and just fucked around in the city, and just had a good old time. So yeah, that was kind of like my birthday trip, and yeah, it was awesome. So thank you for watching. If you got any questions, comments, recommendations, please hit me up in the comment section. If you like this, if you enjoyed this video, congratulations, you've got good taste. Show it by hitting the like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And I'll be back with the dollar books next week, same time on Friday morning. So like I always say, get off the internet, read some fucking comics.